Welcome to the Did You Know podcast, where the focus is on rare diseases, how modern medicine is treating these conditions, including the latest breakthroughs in research, and how people cope with their diagnosis and healing. Your host is Dana Mauro, known for her video series on YouTube, Twitter, and Facebook called Did You Know Ataxia Facts. 300 videos have been produced and seen in 17 countries to date. And now, your host, Dana Mauro.
I know Ataxia Nation. I am here at the 62nd Annual Ataxia Conference in Las Vegas, and I have a very special guest with me today. I'd like to introduce you to Andrew Rosen. He is the new Executive Director at the National Ataxia Foundation. Welcome to you.
Thank you, Dana. It's great to be here.
That's great. I just wanted to steal a couple of minutes of Andrew's time. I was hoping that you could talk to us a little bit about yourself, give us a little bit of history on who this Andrew Rosen is. I know that there was a publication that did come out and you had a spot in that. Right. So people may have seen that. They may have gotten to read about that. But I thought it would be great to have you personally tell us a little bit about yourself.
Sure. So I spent about 15 to 20 years in the corporate world in business.
Okay.
I grew up in the internet, the first internet go around in San Francisco, and then I moved back to my hometown in Minneapolis and spent my last years in corporate America in the medical device space and in marketing and sales roles. And then for a number of reasons, I had kids and I turned 40 and realized I really wasn't doing what I wanted to be doing. And I made a kind of a very intentional transition to nonprofit management and taking what I thought were now those business skills that I had developed over the years and applying them to a cause that I cared more about. And so for the last 10 or 12 years, I have been helping to manage nonprofits.
Okay.
So I just joined the National Ataxia Foundation about literally 3 weeks ago.
And we welcome you.
Thank you.
We're not going to hold you to anything because we know it's not been a long period of time.
No. And while I certainly I don't have it all figured out yet, I am frankly thrilled and honored to be here, to be part of this community that has, by the way, already has kind of welcomed me with open arms. It's an amazing feeling.
It is a great community.
Yeah, and it's been one of my sort of aha moments, even in the first 3 weeks, is how strong and passionate this group of people is. My background, the nonprofit that I worked for previously, supported adults with cancer and their families, and cancer obviously is a terrible disease.
Right.
But the difference, one of the real differences that I've noted already is, and I know you all know this already, but everyone knows what cancer is. You don't have to tell people what it is, and you don't have to go very far into someone's background for there to be a connection with cancer, whether it's a friend or a family member, whatever. Ataxia is obviously different than that, and I view my main role is to really just help build that awareness so that you all don't have to explain every time what this disease is all about.
Do you know, I think that's a really great point that everyone can relate to, and one of the greatest things that this conference has to offer, because when you come to this conference, you can be Andrew, you can be Dana, you don't have to be Ataxia, explaining ataxia. You can just be who you are, which is such a fabulous thing.
This is home, right?
Yeah, it's home. It's like being with family.
People don't have to be someone they're not, and that is a terrific feeling. And again, I've already felt that just in the few hours that I've been walking around the hotel, and I certainly know that will just continue to build through the weekend.
Yeah.
That's exciting.
That's really great.
Yeah.
And I think that sometimes a fresh set of eyes coming in to look at things and give a different perspective is also really helpful. So we are encouraged by your joining and offering that fresh perspective that you have.
Listen, I'm a father of 3 young teenagers.
Teenagers.
And almost by it demands that I'm a high energy guy. When I decide to do something, I kind of throw my full effort behind it, and this very much feels like that's the right fit for me right now. I've had a chance just in the last couple mornings to meet a number of the members of our National Board of Directors, right? And because they're scattered about the country, this is my first chance to meet some of them face to face. It very much, Dana, feels to me like we are at a moment in time now that is really exciting for not only the foundation, but hopefully the entire community. I was chatting with Harry Orr this morning, who is obviously a nationally known ataxia researcher, and he really fundamentally believes, and this is someone who has spent his entire career, 30 plus years now, working on this. He believes that we're at a tipping point in terms of industry interest and support to help find treatments and hopefully an eventual cure for ataxia. And so I look at my job as just to obviously continue to build on the great success that NAF has had, as you just said, going over 62 years now, but to hopefully accelerate our ability to build awareness, raise money, and then provide more of that financial support for research and the support that the organization provides. So it's just for me, it's an exciting time. I'm all about growth. I've done that throughout my professional career. I love helping a successful business become more successful. And to me, that's very much what NAF is all about.
Yeah, so that's terrific. That is really great. We're glad to have you. Welcome aboard.
Thank you.
I wanted the opportunity for people to, see you in person and hear from you in person. So I really appreciate your time this morning on the podcast.
Thank you.
Is there any final message that you would like to leave people with this morning?
No, boy, it's interesting. Here we are in Las Vegas, which in some ways feels like it never ceases to amaze me how crazy this town is in some ways.
Yeah.
But in some ways, to me, this is a perfect place to really celebrate. This to me is a weekend about celebration. Yes, it's also about education and understanding what's happening from the research side, et cetera. But really at its core, it's our chance to get this amazing community of people together and to support each other, but also to really celebrate and have some fun. And this town feels like a perfect spot to do that in. So I'm really excited for the next few days. And again, thank you for the chance to talk a little bit to your followers, et cetera.
Great. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
We hope that you enjoyed this podcast with Andrew. Hoped that you enjoyed hearing from him and seeing what he looks like. Please, reach out if you need.
Do.
And thank you again for watching. And until next time, have a great rest of your day.
Thank you for listening in to the Did You Know podcast with your host, Dana Mauro. Please subscribe to this channel to hear all of the latest podcasts. We hope that this podcast has provided you with valuable information and inspires you to advocate for yourself and educate everyone in your circle. Remember, you are the expert and best spokesperson for your rare disease. Thank you.